Have Marcia here with me. And you guys, what we're here to talk about today is the 11-day Jumpstart. And so just like I say over and over again all the time is I could say whatever I want to say about the Jumpstart, but quite frankly, who gives a rip what I have to say about it? What we need to hear about are people that are actually going through it right now, and what's happening for them and to them and all of that stuff, right? And so, Marcia, thank you for coming on with me. So
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
guess it's not super early, but it's in the morning. So thank you for setting aside time to come on. I absolutely appreciate it.
Yeah. Perfect.
So let's talk. Let's talk. First of all, how many jump starts have you done so far?
Two.
Two. Okay. And for those of you that are watching, we do a jump start every single month. And we do change them a little bit every month because we add some stuff to them. There's other little topics that get added into them, which are very, very cool. But so you've been through two of them. Awesome. So that means 2 months for those of you that are unaware of that. So my first question is, and I haven't asked this of anybody before, but my first question is, have you tried things like this in the past, and how did that work out?
Um, I have been dieting since I was 14.
Oh my gosh, welcome to my world. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I remember the day very clearly, summer of whatever year that would have been when I was 14, that I had this epiphany like, oh my gosh, if the scale says X, that means I'm overweight. And it said that magic number that I didn't want to see, which in hindsight, I'd love to be that number now.
Isn't that like amazing? Because I see myself as a kid and I'm like, girl, you're fine. Although I knew as a kid, I was like curled up in the corner crying because I thought I was fat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay. Yeah. So I've been dieting for over 40 years,
Man.
up, down, up, down. And I've been gluten free since July 9th of 2010. So 13 years.
Yeah.
So that was a huge health epiphany there. So huge adjustment to my diet at that point, but still there's a lot of processed foods and whatnot. But so I feel like I've tried every diet out there.
Yeah.
But what was different for me this time was um, I'm not counting calories. I used my Fitness Pal in the past.
Uh-huh.
Just got it on my phone. I'd like keep it up for like a day or two, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't like eat dinner tonight because I don't, have enough calories. So
That's a
this
nightmare.
time,
That's an absolute nightmare, by the way.
I, I
I've lived that way too. You become obsessed.
yeah,
It's an obsession. Yeah.
yeah. Um, and I used to work out like a fiend, like legit, cycling hundreds of miles a week.
Oh man.
Um, and I mean that's great. Super fit, or at least I didn't necessarily feel fit. I
Mm-hmm.
still felt fat, even though I was. So the difference this time is I feel healthy about it.
Yeah.
I'm not counting calories. I'm not hungry. I love my morning juice. I put it in a fancy cup or a
Oh,
fancy little
fancy.
glass. It's
Yeah.
exactly 4 ounces, so I feel like super classy having my morning ninja.
I love it.
Um, I've been using oils for since like November of 2016 or 17. I can't remember.
Okay.
But so I've been on using oils for a while too. But and I love the Ninja. But what was different this time was the accountability,
Hmm.
the community,
Yeah.
the positive influence that we're having in each other's lives.
Yeah.
Um, and this is not a diet for me this time. This is a change in my mindset of I don't care what the scale says. Of course I do, but I don't. Is sustainable. I need something I can live with forever. Um,
Exactly.
I have several. Um, I'm celiac. I've got arthritis. I've got um, crud. I don't even, I have Sjogren's syndrome.
Okay.
I'm a breast cancer survivor,
God bless.
just like the list of like health and medical things just grows, right?
Yeah.
So I've been on this medication, that medication. So what's different this time is I'm not taking any anti-inflammatory things. Nothing. I have prescription. I have a bottle of prescription stuff. I'm like, no. And I'm not taking aspirin. I'm not taking ibuprofen. I'm not taking whatever. I'm not using like the creams on my joints. I mean,
Yeah.
I was literally so leading up to this I was supposed to call to get my knees replaced.
Oh, wow.
I was
Okay.
on the
Wow.
path for replacing both of my knees because I couldn't walk,
Both of them.
both of them.
Hot dog. Okay.
Um, I literally have a cane next to my bed so that I could get out of bed.
Wow.
Granted, I started making some changes prior to this, but again, when I do it by myself in a vacuum, it just it's too easy to just not.
Easy to do,
Um,
easy not to do. Yep.
so this time, um, it clicked, and I'm so thankful for my friend Vicky. I don't know if Vicky's watching or not, but love her. She is one of my buddies that I met through breast cancer because she's a survivor as well, and she's the one that introduced me to the oils, and just such a dear friend. And I saw her posts, and she would prod me a little bit, like, "Hey," not like, "Hey, Marcia, you're fat, you need to do this,"
Right. Yeah. No, we don't
but
say that.
but more like, "Hey, you know what? This is working for me. You should consider." And
Yeah.
so she kept kind of planting that seed, after a couple of months. And, again, I was trying things on my own, and that was fine, inching down. But doing the two jump starts just like took me from a plateau to like really feeling healthy. Um, so I'm not taking Prilosec anymore. I was taking 2 a day.
Wow.
I'm not taking anti-inflammatories. I've reduced my Prozac too in half.
It's your
So
gut,
those,
guys. That's your gut. That's your gut. Just
yeah.
for anybody watching that's like, how does that happen when you have a healthier gut? That the brain gut situation, I'm not going to get all doctory on you. They're connected. Okay, second brain is in your gut. Go ahead. I'm
So
sorry.
I'm actually that, yeah, no, perfect. I'm looking forward to being off of that 100% at some point in the near future. Um, so like even my thyroid meds, my doctor's like, what do you like? Okay, we gotta reduce this too. And I'm like, super. Um, so it's been it at first I was like, oh, there is no way. Like, because I wake up, I eat breakfast. And I came up with 100 different reasons of why this was going to be too hard. But then my motto for this year, because every year I pick a motto, right?
Yeah.
And this year is progress over perfection.
That'll preach. Yeah.
So I am not saying, like, I will 100% admit, round two, I was not as diligent as I could have been, but I kept telling myself, it's okay. Progress over perfection. You're getting there.
Yeah.
And one of the things I did, a mind trick, if you will, or positive self talk, um, if I wanted that cookie, if I wanted to eat outside of my time frame, um, I would say, so Marcia, because I talk to myself like that. Um, if I told you that if you skipped or if you waited an hour to eat, if I told you if you waited that you could lose weight, would you do it? If I told you that by not eating that cookie, you will feel better. And so I just broke it down into those tiny little segments of if this were to happen, then what?
Yeah.
Um, and so that really helped me because I was like, yeah, if I didn't eat this thing that I know is junk, I know it's junk. I
Hmm.
mean, I was like, what would happen if you didn't eat it?
Hmm.
I'm like, would you not eat that if you thought that that would make you feel better? And the fact that my joints and everything, all the inflammation is so much less when I'm not eating sugar.
Yeah,
So then I can turn it to, Marcia, if you eat that,
it's gonna hurt.
you're gonna be in for it. So then I judge, like, you know what? I want to have that.
Yeah.
And I'll suffer the consequences. And then I get up the next morning, I was like, daggone it, what did
Why'd
you
I do
do?
that? Yeah.
The weirdest thing is the toes on my right foot are where I feel the inflammation first. Why?
Do they hurt or do they swell? Or both?
Hurt.
Mm.
Hurt.
Wow, that is
So
different.
strange. I know. I'm like, okay. So, um, but yeah, I mean, I literally had inflammation from head to toe. Hands, feet, hips, knees, elbows, shoulders. I mean, like,
Yeah.
um,
And I think here, just real quick, I think that a lot of people do. And I don't think that they realize it. The thing is chronic inflammation, it it piles up very, very slowly
yeah,
over time. And so it feels like us just getting older.
yeah,
Like what a doctor would say would be like, well, Martha, you're 42. This is what it feels like to be 42. Well, not anymore, it doesn't. And so what's your answer for that, right? And so like it's because the inflammation builds up so slowly that you just
yeah,
don't realize it. But whenever you're able to get rid of it, all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I can feel 22 again. Like how is
yeah,
that even a thing, right? I'm sorry, go ahead
yeah,
and continue. I just
yeah.
wanted to.
No, absolutely. That I always say I didn't know how bad I was feeling until I didn't feel bad anymore.
That part. Yeah.
Um, and just like life is not drudgery anymore. And like I have that spark back.
You do got a spark.
I I kid you not. After 2 months, like my face just like, oh, and
Right?
friends are like, "What's going on with you?" Even my phone doesn't always recognize me. Like facial recognition on my phone isn't
Oh no,
recognizing me.
there's a testimony right there. My phone doesn't even know who I am. Oh my gosh. That's the best.
I'm like, "Okay, this is just bizarre now." But
Yeah.
um
That's awesome, man.
anyways, yeah. So I keep my water handy. I am not huge on drinking water. I should be, but so now I have a trick for that. I have this actually was like on a pair of socks, like it was like holding the socks together or something. It's just like a
Okay.
little, well, I'm a reuse, reduce, recycle person. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to put this on here. And then I have two other hair bands. So I need to drink four of these a day.
Okay.
And
Oh, that's
so,
how you keep track.
so I keep track. So I move them up, move them up and down so that I can keep track. I better put it back or I'll think I've already had one today.
You've got like a hair tie abacus situation going on
Hmm.
there. I love
Yeah.
it.
I'm a visual person and that helps me. And so,
I love it.
you know,
Well, what would
so
you
yeah,
say to, I love all of, first of all, I love how absolutely transparent you are. Thank you for sharing all of this with us. This is what people need to hear. We don't need to be sharing like these stupendous, crazy, like over the top, unbelievable things. We need to be sharing like, what's it look like day to day? Like, is it sustainable? Is it like something that's real for people? And I think you definitely just
yeah.
illustrated that well. What would you say to somebody that is thinking about it, or like you had been thinking about it for 2 months? What would you say to somebody that's like on the fence?
Why not?
Okay, there
Why
it is.
not? Like what? So what if you try it and you fail again?
It's the worst thing that's going to happen.
Yeah. I'm a very optimistic person and I'm also very like I'm a why not kind of person, but
Yeah.
yet I have my limits. Like I'm not going to go skydiving, like there is a why not, why I'm not going to do that. But like, what's it going to hurt?
Right.
What, and, and I also have to get out of my brain of self sabotage, right? Because I have
Carry
been
on. Yes.
battling with this forever. And sometimes I wonder, like, Marcia, did you just like, we always think, oh, if I only lost 40 pounds and then like my world would change. Um, are you ready for that change? Do you really want it to change? Because if you don't want it to change, then don't kid yourself that you're gonna really change.
Hmm.
But like this time, it's not about being super slim and wearing a fancy gown. I'm 57, guys.
Woo, get it.
And like being a breast cancer survivor, like embrace the day. My motto is make today count. That's what my mother's motto. And she unfortunately passed when she was only 47.
Mm.
So every day that I had past 47 and being a breast cancer survivor for 7 years, like every day is a true gift to me.
Yeah, amen to that.
And this is about being healthy, being happy, being comfortable in my body. I don't need to look like a runway model. I want to be here and healthy primarily, and this is the truth. I want to be healthy so I can carry out God's work for me.
There it
He's
is.
got he's got plans. He's
I
got
was
plans
hoping
for
that was
me.
coming. I was like, girl, do it, do it, do it. And then you said it, and I'm like, yes, that part.
He's got big plans for me, and it's super scary. But as I move forward in obedience, um, like things come together. Like I'm a speaker at a ladies' tea next month.
Oh, you're going to do amazing.
I'm talking about being Mary in a Martha world.
Oh, I'm Martha in a Martha world, but I'm not. We're working on that. But
So like it's all so for me, this is about a sustainable lifestyle that I can be healthy and be a witness, share my testimony, um, tell others like the world doesn't need to suck for them.
yeah,
And
yep,
and is this a miracle? No. Is it easy? Meh, parts of it. But life isn't easy. So why not just again, progress over perfection, small steps.
yep.
And
Make a new
and
choice. Make a new choice,
every
and
day,
get a new
every day
and get a new result.
get a
Right?
new yeah, you always do what you always done, you always get what you always got. And like
Exactly.
I just try to look at the positive in even in negative situations. Like even being a breast cancer survivor, I met amazing ladies. I learned a whole lot about myself, about my community, um, about my husband as we went through that
Oh wow.
because we had only been dating 5 months, 4 or 5 months when I was
Okay.
diagnosed.
Yeah. Oh
And I said,
wow.
hey, it's okay if you go. You don't have to stick around. And he was like, I'm here. I am here.
Mm,
So, and that's part of why I'm doing this too, because
yeah.
he needs to be healthy too. This isn't just me. And
Yep.
that's the other thing, guys. We get so it's me, it's all about me, and this is private, and I'm all like up in my own brain.
Yeah.
No, like this is about community. This is about being healthy for each other. This is about encouraging others to be healthy. This
Yeah.
is
I'm gonna
this
sit back
isn't
and let you take this one because you got this. I'll be
we
I'll be
we
back here. You go ahead.
we, we can't we can't do it alone. Um and for me I can't do it without God. Jesus is my savior and um I don't even know like that's like the punctuation point.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I pray daily. I have a cool little journal that I do my prayers in so I can keep track. And I'm like, Lord, please allow me to be healthy. And if you're not going to listen to the answer to the prayer, then don't ask the prayer.
Say it again. Say it again.
If you don't want the answer, then don't ask it.
There it
If
is. Sorry. I'm just going to yell right over you.
so, I mean, so when I ask, if I ask, I better be prepared for the answer.
There it is. And be okay
And
with the refining that happens in the answer. There's
yeah,
refinement always. We're always being refined. You ask for patience and you're going to get stuck in traffic, y'all. Like that's what happens, but it's the
yeah,
beauty of what happens. So that's
yeah.
what she's saying is like if you're asking for that sort of thing, be okay with the refining that has to happen in order for that thing to happen, right?
And you don't know what, like, our vision or version of what we're asking for is so different than what he's really gonna give to us. And it is so much more beautiful and amazing. So, one of the questions you asked was, why wouldn't, like, what would you say to someone that's on the fence? Like,
Uh-huh.
if you've asked to be healthy, if you've asked to fit back into that dress or those jeans, like, this doesn't cost a lot of money. You're not shelling out, you know, hundreds of dollars for someone to tell you how to restrict your calories and how to count calories.
And my
No.
coaching is free. You're literally
Yeah.
just buying the product that you're going to need to consume. So you're
Yeah.
not even buying a diet plan or anything like that. What I give to you guys, absolutely free.
Yeah. And if you go back and look at how many diet books you've bought over the years, yeah.
That you
Now,
never
so
read. Yeah.
that sit on the bookshelf. No, those are
Dusty.
none of those are diet books back there.
Well, hey, I am going to, we have to pop out because I have to go into another thing.
Yeah.
I want to sit and talk to you all day, though. I feel like you need a podcast. I'm just saying that. But anywho, because you're fantastic. You're
Oh,
fantastic.
thank you.
You really, really are. Like, just so far as like, we love to edify, we love to encourage, we love to speak life. Like everyone that's watching right now, comment and let her know what an absolute natural she is. Because seriously, like you're fantastic. Thank you,
Oh,
Marcia, for
thank
coming on.
you.
We appreciate you. We appreciate your testimony of what's going on. And yeah, if you guys want to jump into the Jumpstart, if somebody sent you to this video, go ahead and reach out to them and make sure they're in cutting edge because there are other people trying to pop little ones up. It's not the same. Okay, so make sure that you're in cutting edge. If they're in cutting edge, then they can get you into the Jumpstart. Okay. And then if nobody sent you here, just go ahead and reach out to me. I can answer your questions, blah, blah, blah. So thank you very much. I'm just going to pop these up. You did great. You are amazing. I could listen to her all day. I will listen to her podcast. I love this. You guys, this is great.
Like I said, I got to be careful what I ask for because he'll turn around and give it to me because like I'm like, okay, Lord, how do you want me to get your word out? Like,
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Mic drop. Well, you guys have the best day. Marcia, thank you so much.
you bet.
Adios, friends.
Have a
Bye-bye.
great day. Bye.
Bye-bye.